so I have the bridge holes were drilled, and let me show the other side. Right here, I wanted this to be really sturdy, and this is steel underneath. The top is chrome-plated brass. So on the steel, I connected the bridge bolts or nuts that hold the bridge in place. I used a muffler clamp from a car just to connect everything together. And so this neck is from a donor guitar, and what I did was took two pieces of wood that just happened to be, I didn't even have to cut these just happened to be the size of the neck, and so I glued these together, and then I glued the neck on there, screwed that also in place just to make it really strong, and then so I cut the hubcap out for the neck to slide through, and then that has this hubcap happens to have this ledge here where I can screw and get a really good joint. And so after I get that joint really well, I I disassembled it to clean it up and drill the holes for the controls. But the thing that helped me most was to put the strings on the guitar. I put both high E strings, and then what that enabled me to do with both high E strings, without screwing in the neck yet, it enabled me to adjust the neck to the left or to the right to get the strings lined up properly. And then once I got those, this is what helped me the most on this, is once I got those lined up to where they needed to be, then I put some like a wedge in here and taped it in place and flipped it over carefully and screwed it down in place. Screwed the first connection here, flipped it back over to the top, make sure everything was still straight, and then flipped it over and did the back. Now once I get everything together, then I'll add more screws to the back here. So once everything, so I already have these, the neck is straight, but I just want to make sure everything else is good. And so if you're doing this with a hubcap, say a hubcap that doesn't have this piece here, like here's an old Chevy hubcap. Now if I had it to do with a guitar with one of these, what I would do, not this wide, but I would go ahead and get a few pieces of wood and, you know, trace along here, get a brace here and a brace here at least, and then I could slide my neck in through here and screw right to the board and have screws going through these. So you don't have to have the same kind of hubcap. You just have to adapt and just build it up with whatever you have. Okay, so in a few minutes I'll play a few chords on this hubcap guitar so you can hear how it sounds. It plays just the same as a normal 6-string electric, with the exception that it's not very comfortable sitting down because, well, guitars that are made to be guitars have the shape that It's just good to sit with. This is more like sitting with a banjo. So I will add some strap buttons so I can use it as a so I can use it standing up or even sitting down just to hold it in place. So just a few things about this. The hubcap was given to me probably a couple of years ago, and I just didn't have any good ideas of what to do with it, so I just left it be. And the neck and tailpiece came from a BC Rich that I had found in the garbage a few years ago. And the pickup, I looked for a used pickup because I needed a single coil to fit in this position. The BC Rich had humbuckers. I found this because I couldn't find a used one. I found this on Amazon. It was $12, no shipping, and it came the next day. And it's pre-wired. It came, well, it didn't come with these buttons. I put these on. It came with white knobs, not buttons. It came with white knobs, and these were from the BC Rich. They just looked better on this. White knobs. It came with a tone, volume, pots, and the input jack, all for $12. So you'll see that it sounds pretty good. And then the wood, I did some boiled linseed oil on the wood that goes through, screwed into the hubcap here. I painted it blue just to clean it up, to seal any rust. As far as the, it didn't need a pick guard because this is metal, so, but I did that for looks, which I think it looks really well. This was from a golf bag that I found in the garbage. Not for this purpose, I just saw it and I knew that I would be able to use it for something. So I put that on there. And then when I cut the hole for the pickup, I cut it to the size I wanted, but I wasn't thinking about it right and I cut it too big. So I wasn't sure what to do. And then what I did was I cut some more of this material out from the golf bag and just made another ring around it. I think it really looks well, ties it all together. And then underneath the volume and tone knobs, I put some gears, brass gears, that were from a clock. And they actually do serve a purpose. They look really cool, but they're a washer for the nut. I think that's about it. I did name this 6-pack because it's a 6-string and this is a Packard hubcap. And I think it came out great. I will build another one of these. At the moment I don't have this type of hubcap, but it doesn't have to be made from a hubcap. I'm going to make something from something else I've come across. So any questions on how to build this, how I built this, I mean, just send me a message and I'll be sure to answer. Okay, and thanks for watching, and let's take a listen to see what this sounds like.